And we're back. It's Holy Joe Rock and Roll, Reboot Your Life, an update to the saga. I wanted to quickly state that I'm really happy for those of you who are in the process of rebooting your life, wherever you are, wherever you're going. And for those of you who have had the confidence to contact me to ask me questions or what have you. I just would like to relay one quick story. And I'm not hating on the guy, but 99% of the people who contact me about Reboot Your Life, moving to Poland, are men who have fallen in love with a Polish woman and want to move here. And I was already here and fell in love and just stayed. So I understand the story, I understand the storyline, I understand the motivation. And I'm able to help mainly just, with these videos and just talking mostly anecdotal, but also a lot of real life information about what you have to do when you come here. If you're a foreigner, if you don't have Polish lineage, or if you're unable to, let's say you are Polish, American, Polish, Canadian, whatever, and you're able to regain your Polish citizenship, that's one path, but I'm not of that path. So I can talk to you about, as a foreigner, as an American, non-Polish person, coming to Poland, what you got to do. And that's what a lot of these videos have been about. Partly my experience and stuff like that. So the only problem is, I can't hold your hand. I can just tell you what to do, and you got to do it. And I not hating on this guy, but a guy named Troy contacted me, said he fell in love with this girl in northern Poland, wanted to move here. Normally I wouldn't spend any time except, by email or chat or maybe in the comment section, but he was very needy, he was very persistent. And I emailed a couple of messages and he asked me if we could Skype, and we Skyped. Now, I got a new baby here, so I really have to help my wife and the baby. I got other kids here. It's not just three of us. Got a pretty big family here because I've cranked up the production to maintain the Christian, European, white race. Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, anyway, I digress. So I wound up speaking to this guy on Skype for over 2 hours, okay? And towards the end, it got a little bit ridiculous because the guy was very depressed, very depressing. And look, if you're a loser in your country, I'm not saying you'll be a loser in Poland because, hey, right off the bat, you're a native English speaker, assuming you're American. You should be a native English speaker, and if you can speak English natively, that actually can give you a notch up versus just being a generic American in the US, right? That's positive. But if you're a loser in the US, and I'm not saying this guy was a loser, absolutely not. I'm not saying that. Down on his luck, had a hard luck story. I don't even know if the story is true. Could be drugs. Could be that he had cancer and lost his house. Could be that he had a drug problem, lost his house. I'm not saying he had a drug problem. I'm just saying who knows what the truth is. Okay, I don't know. Am I sympathetic? Yeah, I'm sympathetic. Am I empathetic? I don't give a fuck. I got my own family. I got a lot of responsibilities here. I got bills to pay. So it's not like 2 hours, over 2 hours on Skype, really, anybody should really appreciate that. That's like, imagine talking to a lawyer for 2 hours for free. You should really appreciate that and take the lawyer's advice, or not. I mean, they say you get what you pay for, and free advice is worth as much as you paid for it, right? So I understand that aspect of it. And this is not to be construed as legal advice or anything like that, but this is just sort of anecdotal, chatting, you and me, chatting about if you want to move to Poland, all right? And I apologize for being long-winded, but this particular guy, I spent over 2 hours talking to him. My wife came in a couple times. She wanted me to hold the baby, whatever, but she realized I was busy. She thought maybe it was a business deal, so she left me alone. But when it was finished, I told her what it was, and she was like, oh, come on, man. You spent 2 hours with this guy you don't even know. You don't want to spend time with me. Typical Polish woman, right? Very jealous. That's cool. That's cool. I can live with that. I can handle that. But the facts are the facts. If you're a foreigner and you're American, let's say you're not an EU citizen, you come to Poland, if you do not have a job, you're going to have some cash in your pocket to sustain you until you can get a job. Now, in order to get a job, you need to first obviously have a zameldunek or maldunek, a residency, right? Then this is, if you're a guy, right, 99% of the people who I talk to are guys, your girlfriend's going to have to get it for you, right? She's going to have to hook you up. That means you register in your gmina, the local town hall basically, saying that that's where you are living, okay? You're gonna get a document that says that, that's where you live. You have this document, then you go to the Office for Foreigners. I'm not even gonna pronounce it, I don't even know where the word is, but the Office for Foreigners, again, your girlfriend's gonna have to help you. You register for your cartapobito, your residency card. You gotta be registered, you gotta legalize your stay here. Now, as an American, you can be here for 90 days, no problem. I've actually overstayed that at least once, and you know, they looked at my passport maybe an extra 10 seconds and then said, you know, no problem, he's American, let him go. But I did stay like 93 days on purpose, see what would happen. You know, that was before I, you know, anyways, that's what happened. So I don't recommend you do that, but, you know, technically, you know, you're allowed to come to Poland for 2 90-day sessions in a year, no problem, right? But, you know, they're not really enforcing it that if you're an American, you're not, I don't know, working here. Like I say if you're a student, when I was a student, I came back and forth several times during the year. Obviously, I stayed more than 100 days. No one would tell me how to get legalized. I'm telling you how to get legalized, right? So, for instance, the university that I was at, these bitches were bitches. Once I paid them my tuition, which was not a Polish tuition, it was American fee, pretty expensive, they totally dropped me. You know, they were saying, oh, you have to have health insurance. So it's, how do I get health insurance? Well, you have to be a resident. Well, how do I be a resident? Well, first you have to have health insurance. You know, it's so stupid. Whatever, just nonsense. Anyhow, I'm trying to help you out. If your girlfriend can hook you up, set you up with a job before you come, then you can get what's known as a work visa in your passport at the embassy or consulate nearby or closest to you. Just mail the stuff in. And I think there's a $35 or $55 or $75 fee. Whatever the fee is, you got to pay the fee. It takes a week, and they'll process your paperwork, put a visa in your passport, mail it back to you, or you can go pick it up. That's one way, if you already have a job set up for you. Now, I can't help you. I'm not a recruiter. I'm not hiring low-skilled manual laborers. I'm not hiring anybody. So, you know, I can't help you, okay? Just generically, I can't help you. What I can tell you is that, look, get a profile on LinkedIn, and that's one way that you can network. Also, goldenline.pl, goldenline.pl. This is sort of the specifically Polish version, not version, but let's say the Polish version of LinkedIn, specifically focusing on the Polish market. Get yourself a profile on there, goldenline.pl. And you start networking with people. Those are the people who can help you. Those are the headhunters looking to fill roles, okay? Now, this particular guy, again, I'm not trying to say anything bad about him, but I asked him, like, what's your skill set? I'm in IT, you know, whatever, other skills that I have. I'm a hustler. What skills do you have? He said he doesn't have any skills. So, you know, it's like, what do you expect to get? And then he made the comment, well, I don't want to come to Poland and be like an illegal Mexican immigrant. Yeah, okay, first of all, I just said you're not going to be illegally here. You don't want to be. You want to register yourself, get yourself legalized so that you can legally work for any employer. But if you have no skills, and you say you have no skills, what the hell do you expect to do besides potentially teach English? That's what you can do because you are a native speaker. That gives you a skill set that you can do something, right? You can do that. But I dropped the possibilities. Look, you're going to be a new immigrant in the country. You don't speak the language. You just got yourself registered or what have you. You're going to do what new immigrants do. That means you're going to start at the bottom, right? You're going to take a job in retail maybe as a cashier, or maybe stocking shelves, or maybe work for a moving company. I mean, do some manual labor stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what you got to do to work your way up. Once you have your network established and you prove yourself with certain skills, you can get other positions, right? A lot of it, you know, again, is, you know, you have to have a certain level of intelligence or a certain level of experience, and then it's a networking thing. It's not what you know, it's who you know. They can help you out, right? But again, if you are a guy expecting to come to Poland, you got a girlfriend, your girlfriend and or her family and or her friends, her network should go to work to help you out. can't expect me to help you out because I can't. There's nothing that I can do. I got my own family to feed, and obviously, rodzina jest najważniejsza. That means family is most important, right? So I'm not trying to be negative or nasty to anybody who contacts me. I'm here to help you, but let's keep it to simple email exchanges or possibly comments in the messages in the comment section or in the discussion that way you can share that with anybody else can see what's happening in the discussion part of this channel, and other people can learn from that. Okay, so if you come here, hopefully somebody's hooked you up with a job. You got that information, the paperwork, that along with your passport and the fee. You send it to the nearest consulate or embassy, and you get that situated. That gives you a 1-year work visa to work that job. Okay, I think it may be like an H-1B visa. You're restricted to only that employer. I'm not sure. I actually had one for 2 years, but I had a 2-year contract, so I stayed with that employer. But once you're here, even if you have a work visa for a particular job, you should go to the Office for Foreigners, register yourself, get your carta pobito, your residency card, and that way, actually, after the first year expires, you would then be able to renew your work visa in the country. Otherwise, you're going to have to go back to the U.S. and renew your work visa. That's what I had to do. The HR at my old company were fucking assholes because I said, hey, my visa's expiring. They said, yeah, your visa's expiring. I said, well, how do I renew it? And it's like, our lawyers say you can do it in the country. I said, how am I supposed to do it? No answer. So the only way for me to keep my job was to fly back to the U.S. at my own expense, stay in New York for a week, so that the Polish consulate embassy could renew my work visa. It takes a week, exactly. I think I went in on a Monday morning, picked it up Friday, and then on Saturday I flew back. And the company refused to reimburse me for that. So that's something to think about. Get registered, get legalized so that you don't have to do that. Then you potentially are not going to be on a work visa, but you'll be on a carta pobito residency card, allowing you to work for any employer. Okay, that's really the bottom line. I hope this is starting to make sense for those of you thinking about coming here. Whoever your contact is, if your girlfriend loves you, and I'm sure she does, then she needs to step up and help you out. If she can't do it, then again, family, friends, her network should try to help you. And if they can't help you, and it may be that they can't help you. Let's say you're in college, you fell in love with a college girl. What do you expect? I mean, if you're in college, someone moved to the U.S., what would you be able to help them with? Get them a job at McDonald's, maybe? Yeah. Oh, by the way, McDonald's is hiring, Burger King is hiring, KFC is hiring. In Poland, at least in my area, KFC has the hottest, most beautiful girls. Oh my God, working there. McDonald's not so much. It's not bad, but KFC, damn, they got the most beautiful girls working there. I mean, it's out of control. I don't know if you can tell me in your area, it's just luck of the draw, but friendliest people, and I think they recognize my voice when I go to the drive-thru because they're laughing, they're happy, so cool. Because maybe they know that I appreciate the beauty. Maybe they're watching this channel. Ladies, if you're watching this channel, I do appreciate the beauty, and I do appreciate the fast service. Wow. So where are we at here now? Sorry to be rambling, sorry for that digression, but look, yeah, that's the situation. I love living here. I told this guy, it's not like you could just come here and, unless you got a lot of money, you can move pretty much anywhere and be rebooted immediately, right? I rebooted, bootstrap, pulled myself up from the bootstraps. It took me 10 years to really achieve the level parity of what I had back in the US. Okay, it took me 10 years of hard work, of saving, of no car, small apartment. Didn't buy any clothes. Except I think for the first 5 years, I bought 2 T-shirts and maybe that's all I can think of. 2 T-shirts I bought. One time, as an emergency, I had an emergency job interview. I bought a dress shirt and a blazer, but no tie for the interview. And then when I got there, it was a tech job. The guy said, "You could have showed up in blue jeans. I wouldn't care." It's like, man, that's not my style. That's not how I roll. Okay, But anyhow, so that's the thing, and it's not that I didn't have any money. It's just that the money that I had was for my kids or for my family or for whatever, and I was willing to make the sacrifice. So are you willing to make the sacrifice to reboot your life? Now, with Trump in office now, and you see the job numbers, they're starting to kick up. Manufacturing's coming back. So a guy like this dude who I was talking to has no skills, if he can hang on for a little while, he probably will get a job in manufacturing and be pretty happy. You know, making a decent, above minimum, double the minimum wage, $15, $20 an hour, $25 an hour, whatever. A lot of these guys, and mostly guys, but guys and girls with no skills are actually very skillful, right? With their hands or with manufacturing, working the lathe or, doing machine stuff, a machinist, metal workers, welding, whatever. I don't know. Whatever your skill is, you can learn a new skill. You can certainly find something to do, right? It may not be what you want, but it's something to do while you're looking for something better to do, while better opportunities show up. And that's true in any country. That's true in any country. So, when we talk about rebooting your life, talk about coming to Poland, it all depends, if it's all mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter, okay? If you don't mind, it don't matter. And that's true anywhere, okay? So, I'm Old Joe Rock and Roll. I'm trying to help you keep it positive. Don't give up. Just keep striving, just one day at a time. That's all you gotta do, is make it one day at a time, but keep thinking about what is one thing I can do today to get me closer to my goal. What is that one thing you could do today? And do it. Like Shia LaBeouf, just do it. Yesterday you said tomorrow you were going to do it, so just do it. All right. Anyhow, this is not meant to be such a motivational pep talk speech or whatever. Just reality of starting over. You got to just do it. If you don't mind, it don't matter. It takes time for anybody to reboot their life. So remember, if you're going to reboot your life, you got to make it happen for the captain, because you're the captain. I'm Holy Joe Rock and Roll. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more on this channel.